Right, we are live earlier than I expected, but today we're just been playing some true solo with increased spawns. Now, once we did this, once upon a time, last patch, I wanted to try it again on the good old Inferno, maybe. Exfiltration is an option. I do need to practice the Trigun more. Okay, so 1 second, guys. I gotta grab something. I'll be back, and then we'll get this started. Alright, let's try this out here. Yo, bro, I started my Xbox real quick. Can I join you? Unfortunately, we're playing true solo at the moment, so maybe later. I don't know how long I'll actually be streaming today. I will try to get some viewer games in if I can. But right now, we're on modded spawns, so we can't play online. We definitely do that after. Alright, let's try this out. This should be the build. Bolt Carbine was the build I used before for this. Today, maybe it will work again. Let's take a look. I'm going to try it out on Inferno, I think would be the play. So we did it on last time. Now these spawns are I don't know if they're as hard as the ones I did before, but they're still pretty up there. I haven't tried the new spawns yet. I'll join you in spirit solo myself. Oh, we're just playing with like some manually increased spawns this time. I don't even know if we'll be able to get a W on this, to be honest, but I'll try. We'll see how this goes.
Your mission is to use the stored promethium in the refinery to first proceed to the Cadian outpost and establish their fate.
Right, here we are on Inferno using increased spawns. We get upwards of like, there are quadruple extremis spawns here. There are up numbers of hormigons. Let's see if we can do this. Because here we are in patch 6, true solo, finally. To play with the worst spawns I've ever thought. So we are going to be using our hip fire of the Bolt Carbine just because that will give us far more accuracy. If we fail this attempt, I'm just going to be using the Emperor's Vengeance after this. See if that works. this guy. So the main thing that is increased here are like the Hormagon spawns and the Extremis spawns. There's some other stuff too, but it's mainly the Extremis, because I feel like that's the most fun way to make the game more difficult. That feels built different. Who else could body 3 Raveners at once with like 2 button presses?
Disgusting Tyranid scum.
Oh yeah, the bramble here. All these guys. Go grab these ammo boxes. Oh, there's no way it's just one. Alright, where's the next one?
Stealthy Xenos can hide, but not for long. That one calls for reinforcements.
Is that all? I don't think so.
Our foe will not best us with numbers. Spore bombs incoming.
Grab this guy, and then we'll... I kind of like go the warrior back here first. Now the sniper after. I'll move on up. Hopefully we don't get a boss spawn right now. I'm gonna move up over here. I kind of want to fight the zoanthropes in a little bit of a better spot. Let's get that synapse first. How many is it? 2. Alright, we're lucky there. That's for sure. Oh no, looks like more than 2. Maybe? Kind of hard to see back there. It's just these guys. Okay. It's a lucky spawn for us. These guys can spawn up to like 5 at once right now. So, we're playing. interrupt these guys. Move down there. We're a little low on ammo because we didn't take Emperor's Vengeance this time. I know, heresy. But I've been using the final shot perk for an instant reload on execution. It is very helpful. Oh, that was foolish of me. Taking a free sniper shot. I am move out of the way of that. Let's move up here.
Disgusting Tyranid scum.
Look at that Auspex save. That's acuity for you. Just blow their head off and the way you Auspex them. Bull Carbine is pretty cracked right now. Okay, let's grab the medically sims.
War gear acquired. Target is rallying reserve forces. Halting. No east. Take it down. Forces have the following tyranny. Changing magazine.
Or do your thing.
Destroy the spore mine.
Okay, let's get rid of these.
Ravenant down.
I'm gonna use our brains, pop these guys at the execute to get rid of all these spore mines. And then alright, that's good.
No tyranny will ever stand against us. Fresh magazine in. Spore bombs incoming. Exterminate.
Should be an ammo crate up ahead. But that was the hardest part, I think. Now, taking a free shot earlier was kind of unfortunate, but because of that, we found the med stim. That's pretty good. I was gonna cut through all these guys. Alright, good ammo crate here.
Fresh munitions. Suspects deep scan ready. Disgusting Tyranid scum. Swapping magazine. Reloading.
Okay, sorry about the reading comments there, guys. Is the increased equipment damage prestige perk on good on Vanguard with the equipment recharge? It is. Actually, the equipment damage increase is actually pretty shit.
Resupply.
I will be posting a Vanguard video probably tomorrow. A lot of his perks, unfortunately for the Vanguard, a lot of his perks are very uninspired. and not incredibly epic. A lot of them are also pretty good. I would say just take his, like, if you want the low or the quick what to take on him, pretty much just take his damage. Oh my god. Just take his armor stuff, his armor regen perks, and then also take his damage on close range from range attacks and his increased health. Those are his best perks currently. Alright, hopefully they come through here so I can actually fight them.
Team has arrived at the Imperial Guard camp.
Talassa, you need to acquire the Astra Militarum demolition codes required to deploy and arm their ordnance. Source one from any soldier you see, alive or otherwise.
That one almost blew me up. We go back down there and grab those biovores. We can. I'm very low. Just spray and pray. Basically this build, I know it's kind of goofy to be shooting hip fire the entire time, but it's actually more accurate than aiming our gun. Despite how silly it looks. It honestly feels more accurate than the actual accuracy variant of this gun. Did I even check for the... Oh, that's awkward. I don't know if I checked for the Guardian Relic up there. I think I moved by too fast. Hopefully it didn't spawn there. That'd be pretty bad. Let's go... Oh, that was foolish. I shouldn't have done that.
Proceed to the Refinery and complete the demolition preparations.
And that's why radiating impact scales so much higher than Mark for Death does. Because the more enemies you're fighting, the better radiating impact gets. And if you got 3 Electros on you, like there, then we get like a parry on them. Pretty much an easy W. Alright, let me go check up top real quick before more of them come. See if we can't get a Guardian Relic. Because I have a good feeling about all of this if we actually get a Guardian Relic. Alright, none there. I'm just a little worried about a boss spawn. That's the main thing. That could chunk our HP pretty hard. Guess to be killing these.
Stand resolute against the Xenos swarm. Subterranean Xenos below us.
They're being assholes. Oops. There we go.
The path is clear.
Okay, let's see if we can't. Here's the actual horde we had to fight earlier. Usually, if you skip the horde here, they'll just come around the corner right then. Oh, please don't slime lock me, that kind of suck. Alright, come in. Fight the sword warriors fun, huh? Oh shit. I was gonna get out of this like little corner before something horrible comes. That's what I'm worried about. Is dealing with something like a triple lictor in there.
This is where we sow the enemy's defeat, brothers.
Alright, Devourer's gonna go next. Pretty much whenever you're fighting these guys, always prioritize the Devourers because they're usually the most dangerous. Especially if they go in rage. Bramble guys aren't too bad if you're in an open area. Just these guys. Because if you kill a Devourer and like a Bramble dude goes in rage, it doesn't matter too much. But if you kill a Bramble guy and a Devourer goes in rage, or excuse me, if you kill a Devourer and a Bramble guy goes in rage, that is not too bad. But the other groups, like Whip Warriors and such, they can definitely fuck you up. Triple Lictor is horrifying. Going to see the fabled quadruple Lictor. Though I don't think that's possible in these. The worst spawn we can get currently is a triple Lictor into triple Ravener. Or like Pentazoanthropes.
Pathetic Tyranid abomination.
Okay, we're low on ammo here. Alright, let's just grab the Gene Seed, why not? Not that we need XP. We are maxed on all the prestige class, or max prestige in all classes now. We did finish that up over the weekend. So that is nice.
Fresh munitions.
The new class perks make them much stronger.
All specs primed.
Okay.
Guards are running out of time.
So this is the portion where I usually die in solo, or I'm most likely to die, just because defending the generators can be pretty hard depending on like what spawns you get.
Shopping magazine. Silence that vermin's call for more of its foul breath. No telling what's right.
Oh, I guess I don't get to fight the zone tropes.
You are
It's not my fault. They
fertilizing
forced me in. It was either sit out there and get shot at, or walk 2 feet inside. Maybe they'll come around.
Let us finish what the cave
I did want to see how much damage the
Use the codes to prime the bomb and finish its deployment into the crypt medium well. Cautiously.
damage this bulk carbine does now, because they're kind of all brain.
disgusting Tyranid scum. That one calls for reinforcements.
Just put the guardian relic here. Nothing. Got this
Picking up
ammo
extra
box.
rounds. Changing magazine. Pathetic Tyranid abomination.
The fact that QED works for all your weapons is kind of stupid. So it should just be your primary.
Being observed. The generators have
But QED is pretty busted. Can't lie.
crane sequencing initialized. Delivering payload.
Fresh magazine.
What's spawned here? Biovores. That's kind of terrible for us.
Intercept the generator too.
Let's run the right spot here. Generator 2. I do kind of wish I had Melta for this one portion. But the Melta is far worse than our Bull Carbine is at killing everything else, so it's kind of a trade-off there. But sometimes this generator defense stuff can get a little absurd.
Target seeks to
Very
mobilize
careful.
reinforcements. Eliminate.
Oh, we're just gonna use our stim there. There we are, 40% increase. We're at 100% now. I'm worried now though, because if we waste,
Take it down.
X-axis line. On the opposite side as well.
look at that headshot damage, absolutely ridiculous.
The first leg of
And this is on
the race
absolute,
behind
so
us.
that's just vanilla shit right there. You too can blow the head off of these things with one Auspex parry and pointing your weapon in their general head spot.
Perform the necessary cleansing to resume operation.
Rearming. We must redouble our efforts to repair this range.
Got a crane jam, that's pretty convenient.
Exterminate. We made our crime our proud.
I've seen a lot of people confused at how much damage tactical and like plasma weapons can do in this game. But like the tactical with his Volt Carbine and plasma incinerators are some of the heaviest hitting weapons in this entire game currently. They will just annihilate most things. The player is has power crept the current content in the game by quite a bit. So like even at increased spawns right now, we're not even having that much trouble. And if we do die, it's probably gonna be mostly because we didn't have a Guardian Relic, rather than like it being an impossible event. Really, most of the damage we've taken has been like from a beginning unfortunate sniper shot, followed by spore mines. And that's to be expected when we have like 4 Raveners or like, you know, extra
We must
Biovore
redouble
spawns.
back on track.
Not 4 Raveners.
Drive train restored.
Alright, let's go grab some more ammo.
Chorus of locomotion at ends.
Yeah, there it is.
Overwatch needed on generator 1.
Generator 1.
Force banks deep.
Oh, I'm getting bonked.
Force banks tackle fire.
Alright, this is rough. This is what I was afraid of, by the way. Anybody was wondering when I said, oh, we might lose this portion, it's when I have to do this shit. Because these guys will zoom to me. There's not much I can do about it. Best case scenario, we can just, we're gonna put this here.
Need to get the Tyranids off that generator, brothers.
Can I just get the explosion off? Probably the best guess. Synapse first, and that would probably be the best idea.
Changing magazine.
I'm not a big fan of like the quintillion spore mines around me right now. Can't lie.
Tyranid artillery in sight. Hold generator 3, brothers.
Margin of error 0.0 nanometers. Blessed be the honest science to the
Progress is progress, brothers. We are almost there.
operator.
Right, let's just get over here.
Harmony of timing.
I got one more Ravener to burst on these guys. And then we'll see if that does. Perfect. Alright, let's come over here. Oh, that's some bullshit.
Spore bombs incoming.
Okay, let's get in here.
Nowhere left to dig now.
Now let's go kill these guys if we can, and hopefully not get spore mined horribly.
Force specs ready to scan.
Alright, do me a favor and die.
Scanning. Rearming.
Oh, I need to grab you. Thank God. Thank God. It's really like a dance with these guys in particular to make sure you don't get blown up.
Victorious over the Xenos. We are ready to ambush the enemy, Captain.
There is an observation platform.
Right, you're next.
overlooking the Cranium fields. It will give you advantage for your ambush.
Fresh magazine in. Ammunition cache here.
Perfect. So far, so good. No boss spawn yet. But sometimes this is spawn a boss, so we'll see how that goes. I hope it does. I do want to test out how much damage we do. We got this time. Zoanthropes.
Zoanthrope, beware its mind bend.
Did I not blow him up?
Throwing crack grenade.
I didn't get the one that was bonded.
Strike.
Kind of unfortunate, but okay. It'll be okay, I think.
Zoanthrope sidekick howl. Inside. Silence that vermin. More of its foul.
At least they went in melee on me.
Exterminate the Tyranid swarm.
Could have been a lot worse.
The stench is sick, but the beast is dead.
Another one. So we got 4 Zoanthropes into double Biovore. Interesting. Having to get through here is an erase devour over there. I kind of want to kill him first, and then deal with the. Alright, that's one. Alright, if it's just one Biovore chilling over there, I can probably just bring him to me and move on up before we get like another Tyranid spawn. Because we don't have like a ton of bolt carbine ammo. The final shot was definitely like a good perk choice, I think. But we do have to be a little more conscious of how much ammo we have. I kind of want to pull him over here if I can. Let's see. Armor boost. Any boss spawn here? Doesn't look like it. There we go, perfect.
Gun beast eliminated. Fresh magazine in. Disgusting Tyranid scum.
So the last potential boss spawn is up that elevator. And I allegedly you can get them at the very end of this map. I have never seen that happen in my entire life at any point in this game. I've been told it happens. I've seen video footage of it happening. I've just never personally witnessed it, so
Weapon details secured.
we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm not holding my breath on that one.
Area claim.
We have arrived at Nozik's facility. Run distraction efforts as long as you can.
On my honor, I will ensure your mission is a success.
I will hold you to that.
Oh. I haven't respawned down there. Dang. I don't know, I'm shooting those 4 mines for fine too. So we're a little low here if we have to fight a boss. Let's see. Oh, stim. Okay, already broken. No boss spawn. That's pretty usual for Inferno. I don't know what it is about Inferno in particular. It loves to just not give you boss spawns. Oh god, that's scarier to be honest. This would be annoying.
Kill that foe. Let's get summoned in. All specs ready to scan. Activating all specs advanced.
We got one with that. Unfortunate.
Fertilizer now, Seagulls. Fresh magazine in. Rallying reserve forces. Halted. Swapping magazine. Exterminated.
Right, like 4 Devourers. Kind of spooky. Alright, they'll also jump on me at once here, aren't they?
Lictor has us in its sights.
Alright, just do your thing and die. Thank you.
No more surprises from this lictor. Silence that vermin's call for more of its foul breath.
Other people say that the radiating impact isn't like one-shot Majoris anymore. I don't think that's clearly not true. I don't know if people are saying that. But I've watched it. Those guys were a fresh hit. I had 0 damage on them. And they died immediately.
Foe, let's get summoned in.
Alright. I think counts only one Biovore, so I have like no ammo.
Disgusting Tyranid scum.
Honestly, I probably need to up these spawns even more because triple spawns just ain't doing it for tactical. I feel like he needs like quadruple spawns to really be stopped. It's too strong.
Destroy
This is probably pretty reasonable for like some of the other classes though.
changing magazine. No Tyranid will ever stand against us. Warspits cannot even compute their numbers.
That's the beauty of the Nova damage. Removing one of 3 lictors or like one of 4 lictors, depending like how much you increase your spawns instantaneously, is why this class is so damn good. Because 1 lictor gone makes an enormous difference in this game. Oops. There's radiating impact overperforming once again. I see my ammo box here. I guess I'll take this until we get to the actual.
Fresh magazine in.
Let's clear up these guys.
Changing magazine. Exterminate.
Okay. Almost done. Still have a stim here. I'm not really worried about whatever spawns down there. No boss spawns, kind of lame, but I still haven't figured out how to guarantee though. I thought how to guarantee them. I thought I did, but apparently not. There is a way to get like 2 Carnifex spawns in one game though. Like that is doable. Astartes Overhaul did that at one point, but also Astartes Overhaul has significantly lower HP values for most of the enemies, which is why I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, it's like cool cosmetic stuff, but the damage you do is just way too high. It makes like the tactical look like a joke, like the storm bolters and that.
I see them coming, brothers. Plenty for everyone.
Alright, I will read chat once this is all done. Sorry if I'm a little focused.
They're clustering at the walls. Deploy
Not for
grenades.
these guys.
We're in the thick of it now.
The bulk of the swarm is continuing along the predicted path. Continue holding.
We are fertilizer now, Xenos.
How much damage our bolt carbine does? Just 1 Auspex and it's over. Not much they can do. I don't know if Acuity really needed a buff, because I don't exactly think we were lacking headshot damage before in this class. But whoever works at Saber definitely loves tactical, that's all I can say. Because that is a crazy 15% is a pretty huge damage increase for your headshot damage in this game. Especially on a class that already stacks range damage.
Resupply. Suspects engaged. Pathetic tyranny. Reloading.
Thing.
Halfway there, brothers. Keep it up.
Another Xenos fire forward.
There we go. Class is well known for doing 15 more billion damage.
Swarm moving on our position. Brothers, they are almost over the wall. We may be overrun,
The wall, you
but
say?
never defeated. Exterminate.
The swarm has almost fully committed. Be ready for my mark.
Disgusting Tyranid stuff.
Okay.
You are clear to detonate. Cook those rotten
Is that all?
bastards.
Yes,
That's pretty easy finale.
You heard him.
I honestly thought this would be a lot harder, but the new prestige buffs, they had like 40% more HP on the stim. Man, these classes kind of fucked now. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we really have a pretty enormous power creep in the game right now.
Tyranid biocides down 90% and fall.
Alright, you guys can all jump on me at once. That'd be much appreciated.
Move to extract.
Oh yeah, you have fucked up now. Look at that radiating impact overperforming once again. Never seen that before.
We can make it.
Alright, that was
Keep
bullshit.
going.
Oh, let's you know what? We could leave, but where's the fun in that?
So and proper. Fortify your
Don't push me back into it. I gotta kill them all for the video.
stealthy Xenos stand high, but not for long. Scanning. Changing magnet.
Extraction team en route.
Once again, I have fucked up. I did not kill the right one. But that's okay.
Pathetic tyranny of bomb.
Perish. It's all for the scoreboard. Gotta pump those numbers up. Gotta pump those extremis kills up. Dang. I wanted to hit none of them. That was awkward. How awkward would it have been if I had died there? Alright. It's over, look at that.
Extraction complete. Returning to orbit.
Did I say for the video? I meant for the Emperor. Because obviously that is what we're doing. We're fighting for the Emperor, of course. Now let's see the stat screen here. I'm a little curious what we got. I don't even know how many that was. It feels like it was like 40 extremis. I've gotten upwards of like 50, but I'm pretty sure we like missed a pack of like 5 zoanthropes there. So that definitely put our numbers down a bit. That build might be a little too OP, to be honest. I thought like the increased spawns was gonna be enough to make it hard, because I use this same spawn increase on heavy. It was a lot harder there. I didn't expect this to be so easy. Let's just have tactical rolls, I guess. Yep, 52 extremis. Like almost 80,000 damage total. Sounds about right. Alright guys, that's all for that run. Thanks for watching. Alright, sorry guys. Oh, and Nathaniel, thank you very much for the super chat. Fight on for the one true God, our Emperor, of course. He who sits on the golden throne. Bet you can do it with Vanguard. Just want to see Vanguard. Vanguard would definitely be harder, significantly harder. He does have the benefit of like the grapnel finisher. How many little guys would it take to actually down you? I don't like, honestly, to get down by Hormigons, you really just have to like dramatically fuck up if you have a blockchain sword. Because the blockchain sword can kind of just indefinitely bash. I'm sorry I wasn't reading chat there, guys. It's a little focused. Let me just catch up. My God, I didn't expect so many of you so fast. I said I was going to be streaming later and you guys all come in before it's even like the actual time I originally had. The Archmage says, join the Bolt Carbine life. What's up, the Archmage? He's a great sniper player, by the way, guys, if you ever play with him online. I was quite impressed. Is there anything special on your Bolt Carbine build, like for hipfire accuracy? Yes, actually. Let's talk about this right now, you know. This is the post-game, so let's just talk about the build we used. So really, we just stack pure damage. We stack balanced distribution. Your primary weapon deals 10% more damage, but your secondary weapon deals 10% less damage. And then we take aligned aim. Range damage increases by 15%. You really don't need transhuman physiology for the more contested health from range damage, because Bolt Carbine already does so much damage with such a large magazine that you can just take extra range damage and you'll always be full as long as you're shooting your gun. Now, we didn't take Emperor's Vengeance there. We took Final Shot, because I think Final Shot is actually really slept on. It was actually a viewer that got me to really take a second look at this perk, because this one pretty much means that you can infinitely loop into your magazines when you're fighting Majoris and such. Especially, like, this is really helpful if you're fighting Extremis and like you kill one, get all your ammunition back into your magazine instantly, and can shoot the next one. And that might not sound very important, but then like you actually play the game, you're like, oh shit. Now the biggest thing I want to talk about here would be like Radiating Impact. Radiating Impact is probably the best perk of all these signature perks. I know people like Marked for Death. This is a good perk. Radiating Impact is just better, and it scales up significantly more. Like if you're playing with Radiating Impact against like, you know, 5 Extremis, you know, like some like Inhuman or like, you know, Vanilla plus difficulty, this is just better than having like one Majoris there or like one Extremis kill that you can do. This is still good. 120 seconds is a pretty long cooldown. This is really good for like delinking a zoanthrope, but you know, when you have like 5, this is better. And if you have like a pack of Majoris, this is better. This doesn't scale as well into the higher difficulties. It used to. It doesn't like with like the vanilla difficulties at the moment. Like, it's still good. I want to make that very clear. But Radiating Impact, I think, is just better. Very slept on perk. Still one-shots, whole packs. Now, Battle Focus, OP. And let's talk about the actual Bolt Carbine here. This is a perk. Equip weapons maximum spread decreases by 50% when firing without aiming. Hone precision. I pretty much always take this. Unfortunately, with the bolt carbine, he has like a negative synergy. So like Adamant Hunter is a really good perk, which is when your health is below 30%. Headshots deal 25% more damage. This is like your base damage, at least that's how it feels. Like this will be a dramatic increase. Same thing with like the Stalker Bolt Rifle. He has this somewhere. Yeah, Agile Hunter. Not Agile Hunter, excuse me. Where is it? It's somewhere around here where it used to be. Maybe they got rid of it. That's awkward. Oh, here it is. Yeah, Adamant Hunter. When your health is below 30%, headshots deal 25% more damage. This perk is so good because this increases. It feels like it increases the base damage, and like everything else is like a multiplier. But this one feels like a straight up base damage increase. Same thing with this one. Unfortunately, the rapid health perk, when your health is below 30%, killing 10 enemies in rapid succession restores health by 10%. This will take you above the threshold for this, and this perk is also terrible to take on Vanguard. I don't know why they do this actually a lot. I was gonna talk about this at some point. Is that this class has like a prestige perk for like when your health is less than 25%, ability charge regenerates 15% faster. But when the fuck are you like less than 25% health on a Vanguard when you have like unmatched zeal, and usually some people take adrenaline rush on top of this? You'll just never be below 25% for more than like 10 seconds. It's a stupid synergy. It's a negative synergy. Same thing with the bolt carbine. Like you'll just never be below 30% for long unless you take none of the healing perks, and there's really no point in playing Vanguard if you're gonna take 0 healing perks. Like these other two kind of suck. Melee champion's actually a little slept on. I like it. I think it should be buffed to like 20% damage, but so good. Inner fire kind of fell off. I'll be honest. Like the bulwark's personal ability recharge is actually better than inner fire is now. But I digress. My point is, some of these perks are stupid. I do have a video coming out on the tactical like tomorrow. I did record and talk about his prestige perks, but I'll talk about it here because his prestige perks, he has like 2 really good ones, or like 3, like 2 really good ones with fortitude and acuity, and the other 5 are mid. Resilience is probably the best of like all the other ones, which isn't saying much, but you know, more value for your stims is always good. So hopefully this answers people's questions. And for the bolt carbine, we're just using ammo because, you know, if you have the spread reduction here, you really don't need to have this ammo variant ever. Like this one's kind of fallen off, and these 2 are pretty shit, but they're pretty fun to use. Anyways, guys, 1 second. I'm gonna grab some water. Hip fire on bolt carbine is a little silly right now. It definitely is, but it's always been that way. It was always a little silly. But, like, it's pretty much a fucking laser beam now. But 1 second. I thought the increased spawns would be enough, but I guess I was just wrong. Anyways. Give me a moment. Okay, let's see what we can do next. What class are we playing next, guys? Are we taking in? Launch Restoration sucks on Vanguard too. Let's take a look. This one's really good. This doesn't suck at all. Well, like the best perk in this whole tree, besides like his 2 really good ones. Getting 1 armor back, like on command, is pretty damn good in this game. This perk sucks. Well equipped. This is like a noob trap. I guess we could play Vanguard. But yeah, this perk is really good. Like Launch Restoration, having a guaranteed armor on your grapnel. Like usually when you want armor the most, it's when you're going in. And this pretty much makes it so, like, let's say, you know, you're diving on a Lictor or a Ravener. If you do get hit by something behind you, it's going to do 0 damage to you. Armor Restoration is really good in this game. It's very slept on. And like there are very few perks in this game that actually give you like a guaranteed armor back on command, and the only one besides this is like armor reinforcement, and this is a god tier perk as well. So I didn't think these two perks were very good at first. Like in practice, they're barely to look. All right, let's take a look here what we can do. We'll take him in. Let's try it on Exfiltration. You also get 2 armor with the Execute build. True, because that one actually triggers properly. Any tips for beginner heavy, especially for Melta? Oh, with Melta, dude, just point your gun. Just point your gun and keep shooting. And if they get in your way, keep shooting. And if the Minoris get in your way, you also shoot. You got 2 armor on Vanguard anyways. What's the point in getting 1 armor back? Because it 100% reduces. If you take damage while you have armor from like any instance from like pretty much every single extremis in this game, if it's like a single instance of damage, even bosses, the attack will do 0 damage to you. So having armor is very valuable in this game. And yeah, he only has 2 armor, but you get your full armor back from like an Execute build. It's very good. Why the Epic Chainsword and not the Legendary? Because the Epic Chainsword is better. Has a faster speed and the damage is negligible. It's also because of you get more. So the way block weapons work is that your first perfect block gives you 30% more damage on your next hit. If you stack it again, it's 90% damage. And then if you use you get like the full charge of adrenaline and you do like the explosion hit and get an armor back, you get the benefits for like another second or so. And the block chainsword gets the most hits, or like the artificer chainsword gets the most hits off in that buff state, which makes it even better. What's my JJK channel again, broski? It's Quirkless Shinobi. Where is it? Not that I upload on there that much anymore, but I'll probably go back to it at some point. Here's my other channel. That's me. Haven't uploaded on there in 4 months, but I've only uploaded like 4 videos on there in the past year, but still. We'll be back eventually. We'll see. Launch Restoration will be really good with Inner Fire now, because otherwise it will restore hooks slowly. Oh, a connection lost. I didn't even know we were playing online. What the fuck? Okay. I guess we'll load in again. No, you use the Executioner build. If you have the first signature perk and know when their HP is low enough, you can just constantly spam grapple. Yep, that's true. You can check for their other thing. Our fish an absolute run at level 1 for the first time today. Nice job, Spawny. I'm gonna make a whole video on blockchain swords at some point. At some point here, I will do that.
Ignoble Mitrin has defied multiple summons to withdraw from the Mechanicus facility on Avarax, and atmospheric conditions are suboptimal to mission deployment and evacuation. This is as close as I can get you to the Longinus Gamma facility.
Okay.
Disgusting thing. Trigon encountered.
You know what? Let's record this one too. Why not?
Take heed, Viridian. Trigon target acquisition vectors are...
Alright, today we're playing the Bolt Carbine Vanguard Max Prestige on Exfiltration with increased spawns. Now, Exfiltration is quite the banger mission, I may say, though I have not practiced the Trigon remotely as much as I practiced the Hive Tyrant, so I'm not very good at fighting him or seeing some of his moves yet, to be honest. I was a little busy last month, so I wasn't playing the public test server as much as I would have liked. However, now we're playing the official version of the game. It's time. Whoops. Why did it make me hit that guy? My question. Oh, I really want to grapple you. Alright, good. There we go. I love this build. It's just so gimmicky. Times. I forgot we don't have. Of course. Someone throws. Not really who I wanted, but who we got. See if I can't do some damage on these Raveners and such. Oh, just ate my grapple. Cool. Starting off with a fun spawn, I see. There's a Ravener behind me somewhere, but I don't want to look around. If he can't, if I can't see him, he can't see me. That works. I probably should have taken the gun strike perk on him though. Gun strike restore. Really wasting these grapnels. Another Ravener. Perfect, perfect. We're gonna be here all day. Do we have the kill potential on our class right now to actually handle the amount of extremists that are currently being sent at us, or will we perish in abyssal fire? Remains to be seen. I do this. These fucking zoanthropes. Maybe I overtuned that a little bit, to be honest. Please do the execute. Alright, never mind. It doesn't. I don't think he's low enough. Are you? You're definitely low enough. Okay. Well, won't send me there. That's cool, I guess. Ow. I love the grapple execution build, but man, it is so gimmicky at times.
Finished and ready.
No, not more. We just finished the last one.
Range with bolter fire.
At least our extremis perk scales upwards dramatically versus these guys. Ow. Or not. Or you just get stun locked. That works. We'll do that again.
Rise and execute them all.
What mods are you running that the server says it's detecting? The one that's making us have 6 extremis spawns at once. And the one that's removing bots. Alright, we'll do that again. That was unfortunate. I just misplaced 2 of my grapples. Have you tried the scope carbine? The Vanguard is pretty good. The executioner build. Hey man, how to make that explosion with a chainsaw after you parry their attacks? That's just the block chainsword effect. Tried the scope carbine. Scope carbine's not doing anything for us there, really. We had 8 extremis in like the first 5 minutes. Feels good. Feels good. Thank God our unmatched zeal perk does scale upwards with more extremis spawns, so that is good. But like that was a pretty mean spawn we got at the very beginning. Free medkits, true, exactly. We're gonna fucking need them. Meanwhile, Tactical just needs 1 medkit because he blows up everything in like 1 shot. Let's run it again.
Atmospheric conditions are suboptimal to mission deployment and evacuation. This is as close as I can get you to the Longinus Gamma facility.
Disgusting thing. Trigon encounter.
Alright, just get through. The only unfortunate part about increased spawns is that if you're using an increased spawns mod, sometimes you kind of just gotta beam it, or you will get locked in an area basically indefinitely. Because the extremis spawns will just they'll keep coming, like they will just stack on top of each other, and that's bad. That's bad. Let's do it this way. I can play Vanguard more. Let's go check for the Guardian Relic over there. Let me check something real quick. Oh, here we go. Because today we're running the Bolt Carbine Vanguard. The good old Bolt Carbine Vanguard with the increased spawns. I don't think I've ever completed an increased spawns mod with Vanguard. But it's not to this degree. Oh, perfect. Guardian Relic. But we'll see what happens. I'm more worried about how much ammo we might run out of. Or might use up. A little more of my guns, man. Oh, there it is.
What the
fun. I want to blast this guy, and then this should be the execute on him. Perfect. And then do it to his friend. All right, he's really low. Can I actually grapple you? You should be low enough. Like you're super glowing. There we go. See, there we go. Now we're actually gonna cycle going. And you're next. And then your friend. And then your other friends. But first this guy. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. Sound like more Raveners. That may have been the most worthless frag grenade of my life. That's okay. Alright, the Raveners are coming. There they are. Get back here. Oh, dumping that acid on me, I see. Now you definitely felt that. I know I can't see your HP. Alright, you're really low enough. I'm just gonna kill you though. And then we'll finally make it past the first 5 feet of the mission. Well, you know, that went pretty well. Only lost half our ammunition. Now, for this portion, we just want to get the hell out of here. As one, I'm sure you can all understand that we don't want to stand in this dune for very long, because fighting off extremist hordes in here it's fucking death. Like, you just want to be inside. He's gonna get past this portion as fast as possible. Because getting knocked around by the Trigon while you're fighting like quadruple swans or something, unpleasant. All right. What the fuck? He was low. He was low. Game, you. There we go. I was about to cry. I was about to genuinely cry. Tears dripping. A goddamn river. If I had died there because the game just sent him into oblivion. Speaking of oblivion, that shit's out on Steam. Might play that later. Never know. Alright. See if we can. Alright, it's gonna be kind of hard to get in here. I feel like what I gotta do is pull my local lictor here. think he's low. I know. I can't tell which one it is though. Which one? They all look the same. Alright, I need to lower him, I think, and then I'll get in there. Oh, it's you. There you are. Alright, one down. That makes a difference. So the ammo crate isn't right below us, but it will be pretty close. Yeah, we have that extremis heal. Alright, let's just go down. Take these shock nades. I'll just go back up, actually. Let's get rid of these before we go down or go up. Alright, perfect. Now you perish. You have no friends. At least not down here with you. Wide. They're back.
Swapping out magazine.
That was a little rough. So this next portion, I just need to get to the door. Because like fighting out here is just a no-go. There should be an ammo crate down there. I'm gonna take these out. Hopefully I'll get most of them. Alright, ammo here.
Just ahead, Viridian. Considering the Trigon's presence is incidental to
I've seen Dune, okay? And I know how this shit goes. Not even the Sardaukar can take on these guys. Giant sandworms. That's really more of like a giant lizard, but bug lizard. Actually, I don't really know what the adjacent animal would be to this thing, but it's really not a worm.
Transmitted no authorizations.
This location makes us easy prey. Swap positions.
Transport lift status incomprehensible. Begins.
Grappling. One down. Trillions to go. Reloading.
Alright, let's just grab this real quick. That was nice. Good thing we fought the extremis back there. That would have been way worse. Could have been. That would be like a burrowing spider in real life, true. Do I know where the gene seed can be found on this map? I sure do. I'll even show one of the spots right now. Actually, maybe I shouldn't. I might just want to beam it to the door. No time for lollygagging. I'm gonna put a shock grenade down here, though. I think. Maybe I'll save it.
I want to take a chainsaw to this servo skull.
The servo skull is enslaved.
Alright, that sounds like a lictor. Get in my shock nades. Oh, you dick, you dick. Alright, well, it kind of worked. I mean, I say this thing's a little buggy.
Come out! Line up behind me to launch that servo skull on a mission complete. Quiet. Damnable thing might be blocking our words.
Why no knockback resist perks are so good in this game. Because the little lictor slaps will not knock you over. You can have knockback resist. They'll stop your gun strikes with knockback resist for some reason. But they won't stop your attacks. Alright. Oh shit. If I wanted. Alright, my execute just fell through the floor. So that is unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, but that homie fell through the floor. What was that bullshit? Okay. So far, so good. I say so good with like blue quotations because I'm honestly more worried about the Trigon than actually completing the objectives because I'm not feeling too bad about this. As long as we don't have like a dramatic fuck up, we should get carried by our regen. Alright, I'm kind of tired of this thing just like not giving me my grapnel back. That's a buggy perk. When it works, it really works. That's all I needed to do, I guess. Like you make this whole build for like grapnel finishers and it just doesn't work properly like 20% of the time.
I was worried you had fallen victim to Metrium's mastery of malphonic disruptive frequencies. Now, the unknown sensation associated with pain cools my remaining skin. Be warned, Viridian. Metrium cannot hope
Alright, we still have a shock grenade.
alone, so she will lie and store.
But we're about to find a melt-a-bomb in this next area. That is the nice part about Exfiltration, is you always get a melt-a-bomb. And melt-a-bombs are an S tier equipment. They're by far the best equipment in the game. That is good.
Already ignoring the servo skull.
Let's take this.
The behemoth wants a fight. The vile Tyranids are amassing.
Status. The facility is well stocked in mining gear. Requisition. Melter charges to eradicate the tunnels and halt the infestation.
Authorize those festering holes with molten hatred.
Let's go over there. Blow this next one up.
Only melter charges can destroy those hive holes.
I know somebody asked where the gene seeds are on this map. There's only 3 gene seed spawns. We passed one of them over for you to pull, like, if you get down the elevator and you just go all the way right, there'll be one in like the tiny little corridor in that previous area, and there's an upcoming area where you can find them pretty easily as well. Oh, there's so many Hormigons. Actually, I know exactly why. It's 'cause I made them higher. There can be 100 extra Hormigons per spawn now. Never seen Hormigons like this before. Alright, let's just go blow some boys up. Blow some Tyranid. So apparently it affects these. I wonder what the final boss fight's gonna look like with this many Hormagaunts. Oh yes. Thank God we're the contested health class. Now the contested health increase on Vanguard only functions on his melee attacks, not his ranged. It's kind of lame, but that's how it is. This next part is probably gonna be the hardest though once we get to the brain.
What needs grappling?
Not a big fan of the brain, you know. It's that battery portion that just sucks.
Good to go.
Inside the facility, you'll find Demetria cowering in her data enclave.
Gallia, old friend of mine. If you missed our binaric discourses, you could have sent communication. I observe you still pathetically
Armor boost,
claim
maybe?
to fuse of soft
What I figured.
tissue. Remember, meat
All right.
lacks efficiency,
Well.
whereas metallic alloys stave off corrosion and degradation
I heard a Biovore.
far longer.
How far you have fallen, Noel. I must drag you back into the light.
One Hormagon off me. An annoying spot for Zoanthropes to spawn. Well, as long as those guys don't charge, I'm just gonna kill this one. Oh, you Sephiroth, you fool! You stupid bastard. Separating from your friend. That was an easy spawn. Only 3 Extremis. Let's send them all at once.
Behold the truth of my faults. I am but a humble
What a
brain
waste of a little
patched
barrel.
into a mining
Oh, extra Melt-A-Bomb here? That's pretty epic, actually.
What reason exists to call me from recording biomass coalescence data firsthand? I pose no threat to Gallia or the Imperium, even if I should.
Disconnect her synaptic tethers from the facility command terminals. Stand firm. I expect her to route Xenos to assault our locus.
Alright, you have no buddy. You have no bubble, buddy. Need this free real estate. Alright, so we're gonna get like one free one here. There's a Biovore, which kind of sucks because I just want to get this thing finished. Oh man, he just wants to sit there? Where's your friend? Alright, you have deemed yourself worthy of bombing. Where are you going? Fight me in the objective, shall you? Oh, the two of you. That means a lot. Alright, where's the power cell? Not conveniently placed right in front of me. How unfortunate. At least I didn't get the double power cell mission. I had that in the heavy when I done this. That sucked. Where's this battery?
Perfectly good crocs. Surrender now.
Alright, well, that's the battery
Perhaps
replacement.
leniency can be granted after the might grows.
Oh, it's over here. I see it.
You are a redundant functionary. Your Astarte shall die here, alone, in the dark.
Alright, we're just gonna do a little hop, skip. Ow. It's all worth it. It's all coming together. Alright, that was worth it. As long as we get that done, I don't care how much take a little bit of damage. The armor boost did its job.
Futile, impotent waste of chain fleet. Your chief will be the only hope against the hive mind the Imperium has left.
A lot of Hormiguns. I will say the prestige perks to give you a steady flow of armor, they do make a huge difference.
I am within the field.
Alright, let's just bash. That's really all you have to do is a Vanguard against Hormiguns.
Connection permanently severed.
Return to Metrian's containment unit. See, Metrian, the more you thrash, the deeper you set our hooks.
Well, I'll take an army of Hormiguns over triple Raveners again. But I have a feeling this finale area is going to suck. But I'll save the Melt-A-Bomb in case we get a really nasty spawn. Give me the brain.
These tender folds of Astarte's flesh have accomplished nothing, Galio. My imaginations are already shaping my designs. You are forced pests. Science, Metrian. Brilliant. Confirm possession of her great mass of computational gray matter.
Why are there so many? That's all Hormiguns.
And I'm resisting the urge to smash it.
Pilot,
I've seen this happen here twice.
ready for evacuation. Sending updated extraction coordinates to you now, Viridian.
Gotta be hundreds at this point. Just bashing through them all. That's all you have to do as a Vanguard. If anybody ever asked, how do you kill Hormiguns in this game? As a Vanguard, your contested health recovery is so high, you can just sit here and do this chainsword skip bash all day. And you will never take damage as long as it's just Hormiguns. They lack the power to kill you. This is how I got through tight formation like 4 months ago. Alright, if I don't get out of this fucking door, I'm gonna actually be drowned in an endless wave of Hormiguns. It actually feels endless. Thank God this class is like particularly suited for this. I don't know where all the extremis spawns went, but I guess we're on purge duty. We just gain HP off of that one. I like how there's been contested HP bugs in this game like since launch. They're still here. Okay. I'm pretty sure that has added like 300 Hormiguns to our kill count, but yeah, I accept. I'd rather deal with that than like 5 zone thropes, I guess.
Do not get turned around. No, a little more dust is no bother. We will be prying particulate from our ceramide for weeks.
Oh shit.
That one is screaming for help. Silence them. Closing the gap. That should be someone else. We will fight them as well. Forcing not to ambush and ambush. Arming up.
Let's do that if we can. Oh, or not. Please give me the, alright.
Swapping out magazines. Nothing stands up for a melter.
Alright, that was a waste of a melt bomb. Incredible plays.
Steal your mind.
Wasting both our grapples.
One down.
And now.
Finish and ready.
There we go. Alright. Only 3 zone throws? Ah. How thoughtful.
I love it when vermin dig their own.
Alright, let's do this. Let's do some damage to you.
Grapnel launcher
I'm not a big fan of the giant sword warrior in my ass during all this, but you know,
reloading.
beggars can't be choosers. I don't know what we're begging for, but really I'm just begging for it to end.
Into the fray. Hook available.
Do this. You feel that?
Swapping out magazines. Grapnel launch. What needs grappling? Hustling sack of side-flinging excellent. Arming up.
Right, that was probably gonna be the final massive wave here. I'm imagining. I hope. I pray.
Out. Magazine in. Some
Grab these ammo boxes. And let's get out of here. We still have a Guardian Relic. And I'm not very good at finding the Trigon yet, so we might need that. You never know. Are you low enough? I feel on the winds that you're low enough. Well, you definitely were low enough. Unfortunately, alright, let's just goof. Such a buggy perk. I know, I'm just gonna go to the end. Anyone care to explain to me why I didn't get the execute on that guy when there was literally nothing around him? The angle I came in at?
Hope, hope, and no brains.
Whatever.
Arming up.
Let's see what we can take here. Bolt carbine time. Ooh, a final melt-a-bomb just for me.
I shall be clean this. Grapnel launcher.
Alright, let's see if this works.
I cannot land with that burrowing abomination lurking about.
Well, not if I do that.
Deep scans have penetrated the atmospheric disturbances and Metrium's meddling cone. Trigon
You're getting a free armor back, pretty good, because I might mess up a lot.
Hear that, brother? Trigon dies. Its shell coating has weak spots. Shoot them.
Whoops. I mean, see, one armor does it all for you in this game. Oh, see, I did it that time. Proud of me, chat? Are you winning, son? Nope. When will I learn that my actions have consequences? I like how I can dodge this one. I just eat shit on the other two. Okay. Ow. Thank God I had that extra 15% HP. Okay. Thank God I had that Guardian Relic. Oh, please don't fucking eat my HP. God, this guy just... If you fuck up your contested HP on him, you're just boned. Simply over. He doesn't let you get it back very easily. Surely, we'll nail every dodge from this point forward. How impolite to be fighting me when I have to fight these guys as well. What's the timing on this? Not that. Alright, there we go. That's the actual timing for it. Alright, I'm gonna blow you up with a melted bomb. No, not like this. Oh! That shit will just insta-kill you. Doesn't matter how much armor you have, doesn't matter at all. It will just one-shot you. Doesn't matter if you have like a... if you're a bulwark, doesn't matter whatsoever. It could be any amount of HP, any amount of armor. You are just fucking dead unless you have like an invincibility perk going. But not today, son. Imagine how embarrassing it would be if I just died to the to this guy after killing all those extremists.
Keep up the killing, brothers, for we are the bane of Xenos.
Oh, please don't frame trap me in this. Okay. Thank you, game. I don't think this guy gets hurt by any of that, I don't think this guy can get staggered by the block. Oh, we're getting a little better at fighting him, I guess. Just didn't practice him more, to be honest. That's all there is to it. It's all about practice. Oh, actually, by that, it's awkward. There we go. That was close. I think I got the Guardian Relic. Especially when I just sit there and get like nailed by 3 diving hits. Feels good. Let's take a look at the the stat screen here. Curious what that was. On the bright side, we did nail every dodge after we ate shit in the first half. I thought they had us in the first half, not gonna lie. Alright, let's see, how many extremists do we think that was? 40. It felt like 40, maybe 50. But that's not a very long mission, so we get a ton of spawns towards the end. B. That look like a B to me. 35. Yeah. Sounds about right. Alright, that's that run. Vanguard's pretty strong. His Fortitude perk is pretty excellent. Definitely kept us alive there for a little bit longer. And that's all for that. It's also like 70,000 damage. Pretty good. Good class. Not gonna lie, I didn't know you could stun the Trigon with a Melt-A-Bomb. I've done that 5 more times than I can count. I noticed, I found that out because someone in my game was yelling at me to plant the Melt-A-Bomb. I've hardly practiced Trigon at all, but holy XP. That's all we got. Have you ran the under 25% health prestige perk on Vanguard yet? Why would I ever run that perk? It's a terrible, terrible perk. That pretty much, like, it would have never been functional ever in that entire game. Not a single time. What are next? Wait, do you get XP when you have mods too? No, you don't. Actually, there probably is a way to do it. I feel like that's cool interaction, but kind of useless. I mean, you can knock him over and, like, just plasma shoot him in the face. It's not that bad. Did you say hidden mechanics? It's very good, actually. For the under 25% health prestige perk on Vanguard. It's garbage. It's never active. Unless there's like some secret thing to it that like it's actually bugged. If we're talking about this perk, when your health is like 25%, ability to charge regenerates 15% faster. This is trash. I can't even count for like I was playing like below 25% HP for like maybe 2 minutes of that entire game. I would never take that over these 4 here. It is still bugged, I'm pretty sure. Is there a reason you use the purple chain sword instead of gold? Speed. Yep, it's just better. Just does more damage. Just winds up doing way more damage. You equip Emperor's Blessing signature perk and hit yourself with 2 frags at the run. All the DR perks never die. For this? Why would you ever do that? Why would you ever do that? What's the benefit? You get the 15% to what? For the thing that you're already cycling through half the time? And like, the real problem is that this perk doesn't work properly half the time. Or like, you'll dive in and you'll grab something and it just won't go off properly. Wait, it gives 25% CDR melee damage and range damage along with a 50% equipment damage? What are we talking about here? The description is a lie? Okay. Okay. This changes. That might be different. That sounds like a bug, though. I know that. Does that perk work this way for, Doesn't this class also have the exact same perk? Does it also work for this one the same way? That's stupid if that's true. You deal so much more damage, you feel cracked. Why does it not say that in the description? Why is a question that you could ask for like most of the classes in this game. Is that true for the tactical as well? That's busted if it is. That's called a different perk in the game files. Interesting. Just Vanguard. It's a lot. It's a lot of bonus. 25% CDR melee damage, range damage, along with 50% equipment damage. That's pretty cracked. That's a cracked amount of damage on Vanguard. That's a weapon that's approaching that, like, you know, that might make him like 50% as good as tactical. You never know. Probably gone. I want to keep playing him. He's a fun boss fight. I don't really like how he's, I don't like pop-up whack-a-mole mechanics that much. It is kind of boring to, like, sit there and be like, okay, now I'm just waiting for you to come fight me. I do like the Hive Tyrant more for that purpose. I also wish... I do find him overall easier than the Hive Tyrant. I mean, like, I have mistimings on him, but he is. I think he's easier than the Hive Tyrant because he doesn't frame trap you, really. And he also pretty much never attacks you with his own adds. And he doesn't really spawn. He doesn't even spawn spore mines in that arena. Or, like, really anything that would be, like, seriously detrimental to you. So, like, once you get... I imagine, like, once you get his attack patterns down perfectly, you'll just never die to him, ever. It's pretty fun to use, to be honest. It makes you feel like Marty Zealot. Interesting. I hate Marty Zealot. I hate Zealot in that game anyways. Today, we'll take... By the way, Zambit, I lied to you in the group chat. I did not find a way to do it. He's really easy, yeah. Yeah, he is. Definitely seems like it. But I still like him more than the Tyrant. Tyrant just has obnoxious mechanics that can just lock you, which aren't very fun to fight. Also, the Tyrant doesn't have enough HP. Are you going to be making a video on how block is better than fencing? I will do that at some point. I was definitely going to be doing that. But I have a feeling that video is going to be controversial, even if I legitimately just spit pure facts in it. Because, like, I don't know who's running, like, the propaganda machine in this game for fencing weapons. How do I get more better at this game? Oh, there's a ton of tutorials. Just play more. People are set in their ways. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's like a whole propaganda campaign for fencing weapons in this game. And like every time someone's like, nah dude, fencing's actually better, I swear to God. I'm like, okay, post your like increased spawn gameplay with it and like show me the fencing weapon one-shotting the lictor on your tactical. And they're like, oh dude, I can't post gameplay. I'm busy playing this game. I can't do that. Post my gameplay. Oh, what do you think I am? Some kind of YouTuber? Like they make it sound like I'm asking them to upload like the next like 100 runs they do. But like if you want people to give a shit about your opinion on something, just post why it's good. Showcase it. Because so far, all the most difficult runs in this entire game that have ever been uploaded are all using block weapons, or they're using fencing weapons with Intimidating Aura. Or the Balanced Fist. That's it. That's all people are using now. Blocking takes a little to learn, but once you learn them, they're way better. Yep. They also apply the 50% parry damage buff. Yeah, fencing is the way on Bulwark if you're using Intimidating Aura. If you're not, like, really, fencing is just like an initiation, like an ignition for your Intimidating Aura. That's all it's there for. Like, the actual fencing weapons are like fucking donkey. They don't do any damage. They're cheeks. Like, first of all, 4 speed on a chainsword is fucking terrible already on a block version. On fencing, this thing is basically just like a gunstrike simulator, and gunstrikes are pretty mid in this game overall. Especially now that the game has been like built in a way where there are more extremists than ever, there are more majorists than ever. So like your overall gunstrikes they're doing less for you now than they were doing at the launch of the game on like Ruthless, because there's simply more enemies. Just one of those things. He got power crept. But, like, people still think they're amazing. I don't get it. It's propaganda, I tell you. It's unjustified propaganda. Fencing is garbage. People like it for the reason they like melta guns. It's a lower skill ceiling. That's kind of true, Matt, but also melta guns are... Multi-melta's actually fucking OP. That's like... That's the thing, though. Like, multi-melta is good. Fencing is not so good on, like, any class you can use it on anymore. Like, look at this. Like, they always have lower speed. They do no damage. It's a wet noodle. It's a garbage tier gun. Or a garbage tier weapon for the most part. And, like, I implore anyone that disagrees and thinks fencing is better than block, go post, like, a 50 extremist run with a fencing weapon. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see how much more effective gun strikes are when there's 5 lictors in your ass or something. Or, you know, when there's 6 extremists after you. I find fencing just more comfortable, to be honest, because it's a free shield bar. My Norris don't want to sweat all the time with block. You know, that's fine. If you want to use fencing, no one's saying you can't, but... People have, like, act like they're genuinely better than the blocking weapons when they're not. And that's what's obnoxious. Block weapons might still be bugged, too, with the AoE explosion. If that ever gets fixed, fencing is 2 more billion feet in the grave. Yes, honestly, 5 more billion feet in the grave. Unless without them removing that is intentional. Unless them removing that is intentional, still better without it. Yep. The AoE on them is blocked. It is bugged at the moment, allegedly. So they should be even better. 5 lictors in the ass does not sound like a pleasant time. It really isn't. I think I ever had to fight like 4 lictors in my ass, but you know, it's really about what could exist rather than what does exist. You know what I mean? It's about fantasy. We could do assault. I do kind of want to get some more deals finished here, though. I mean, I got 2 runs on that. Those are probably going to be posted on my channel later at some point, and then I'll just do some runs with this. Anybody want to do a PvP lobby with me real quick and help me get some little succulent ordeals? Anybody? I mean, we have a nice pleasant community here that I'm sure would allow me to farm some Eternal Wars like a fucking scrub. Gotta get some of these done. You know, back in the day, I got temp banned from Halo 4 because my friend and I went into the duo lobby and we farmed backstabs, assassinations until we unlocked the armor. And we were like, these stupid 343, they'll never find us and what we've done. And then they just temp banned us for 24 hours after. That's the first time it's ever banned in like an Xbox game ever for like just playing the game. But you know, maybe they shouldn't have made their matchmaking so broken. That's just my opinion. You can also get good in PvP. Why would I do that when I could just not? Actual real talk. Let's see here. We could try it out on the old sniper, see how he's doing these days with the Instigator. My man, the Instigator. See how our 50 more billion damage will do. Take your first spin. I play a lot of PvP shooters at the higher level, and those PvP ordeals are absurd. They are definitely stupid. They are very, very stupid. I like the Instigator and Sniper. I might try it against like a Hive Tyrant run real quick. I do want to watch Andor Season 2 that came out, so I don't know how long I'll be streaming tonight. Like, a real talk. I know people be like, oh, sorry, guys, I have to go. But nah, dude, this guy just wants to watch some TV tonight. It's been a busy week. Busy weekend. Let's play Decapitation. Let's see if we can do that. That could be fun. You know what? I put in the title that I'd be playing with viewers, so maybe I should just get some viewer games in. Otherwise, it feels like false advertisement. Okay, we'll do that. That's what I will do. Did that come out today? It did, Kermit. It certainly did. All right, 1 second, guys. Let me close out and delete these and clear out the mods real quick, and then we'll go play online. Comes out at 9. 9 what? EST? Okay. Copy. So we will be playing some... Let me just load in the game again. Perfect. Everything works out. Sorry, guys. You get a black screen right now while hold on, let's put the Ogren up. We're loading back in. In 2 hours. See, you guys know. See, we're all hyped for the same thing. I'm glad we've cultivated the proper audiences of a bunch of Andor fans. See, you guys know. We're all waiting. That's just good. There we go. What can I say? That's just good. Season 1 was excellent. I heard Season 2 is even better. Why Purple Chainsword does more damage? Difference with Legendary is 45% less damage, 11 versus 16, but plus 33% speed boost, 6 versus 4. Mathematically, Legendary wins. Why it has more DPS overall? Because mathematically, it doesn't win when you take into account that that you get more hits off with your block charges, with your double block charge boost for that second, with the speed boost. You also get more of your. You're also not taking into account the because you get the boost of your adrenaline boost when you get like the 2 perfect block charges. You get the boost, and then your damage goes up dramatically, and then you also get the plus 50% damage boost on parry. And a purple chainsword is hitting them more often during that boost period than a relic one is. On top of the fact that there are perks in the chainsword perk tree that give you a bonus like plus 3% to your damage while you're using consecutive hits, and you get more consecutive hits off. So it really just comes out to more damage. And even if you just play with it, you'll realize it comes out to more damage and does more for you. It does do less against like bosses and such for the most part, because a lot of times you're just getting off like one big hit against a boss. So there are times it can do less damage, but like overall, it's just more useful. It is just far more useful, and also lets you get more of your HP back. There are a lot of like stupid hidden numbers in this game. The Artificer's Chainsword is just better. It does, it's deceptively good. But yeah, I used the Relic one for a long time. I will say, if you are using like Ground Pound on the jump pack, Ground Pound will benefit more from Relic one, so if you want to use it there. Like, the Relic one's not bad. Artificer's just better for like 99% of scenarios. That's the big thing. Power Fisted Assault is viable with class perk. That increases its range to 10 meters. Yeah. Also, Andre, the numbers in game aren't actual anyway. That is also true. Yeah, damage is not 1-to-1 in this game for whatever reason. They don't properly showcase their damages. It's really stupid, dude. This game has so many hidden mechanics in it. Or like mechanics are basically lying to you. All right, let's get some people in here to play and have a hoot. Let's prestige grinding with viewers, dude. Let's do that. Change the title. Absolute Fems with. There we go. To be fair, Chainsword just doesn't synergize with Assault Slam builds, even with the Relic version. The base damage is too low. True. But the one I did, that is what I used. Oh, we got Worldly Curve in here. I played with you quite a bit. Yeah, shoulder bashing them with that speed is amazing. That too. Yeah, the Relic / Artificer aren't 45% apart. It might be 10% or less. Yeah, would love to have the numbers. They hide everything in this game. And I think it is actually, like, tragic that block weapons, like, their entire their mechanics in this game have no description outside of patch notes. There is no tutorial in-game to tell you what the fuck these things do. And that's ridiculous to me. That is absolutely ridiculous to me they did that. Like, you look at block, you're a new player, and you're like, block? It just says, you hover over it, you're a normal person, you aren't terminally online, and you're like, fencing, increase perfect parry window, block, no perfect parry window, balance, moderate perfect parry window, and you're like, okay. So it just does more damage, and then you read the stats, and you're like, okay, this just does more damage. I'm going to use my fencing one, because this damage drop-off doesn't look like it's that bad. And I get to use gun strikes all the time, and this is easier to use, too. So stupid. What a lazy development team. What am I going to play here? I don't even want to play. Sniper? Bulwark? Assault? I could just play some classic fencing intimidating aura. Let's do that. I guess we'll just take it with the gunstrike perk. I mean, this one's pretty good. I still like Still Within, but these days, I mean, do you even really need it? Oh, someone's already playing Bulwark, excuse me. Since too heavy. And this build for charge shots. So I've been trying out quite a few heavy builds. I've been trying out this one as well. So this one's a pretty good charge shot build. You do miss out on like 10% charge increase, but you get the increased heavy stance charge rate. You still get most of the ammo reserves. Alternatively, you can just go all the way down the bottom. That's what I used in the increased spawn run I did. But besides that, should be it. Like those are the two. I would say like the meta pathing is just this. Or you just go all the way on the bottom, and you just take this, and you go for like straight energy reserves. I mean, I guess you could go all the way up the top here, but I feel like you're just missing out on so much, such a boost to your ammo economy that's just not worth doing it purely there for like pure charge shot damage, because your charge shot damage is already really good, even with just the bottom tree, and like taking one of the perks. So. That's just my opinion. Oh, and on a side note, I do want to say I've been using field adjustment more. I think this perk is really good. I also think strategic stand has been completely gapped by fortitude at this point, which is kind of unfortunate, but like this thing doesn't heal you like at all anymore compared to what it used to be. You know, real talk, I feel like they should just buff strategic stand back to where it was before, because it wasn't even like broken compared to like where fortitude is at now. Okay, maybe it was a little broken, but it wasn't like more broken than all the other broken shit in this game. I think it was fine, honestly, and like it pretty much, it made, I think Zam even agrees with me on this, and it made a weapon like the heavy bolter far more viable than it would be otherwise. And weapons that were already good are still good without it. So really just killed the heavy bolter for no reason. Do heavy bolt rifle? Oh yeah, fuck, I forgot there was a heavy bolt rifle in this game. It should be like 45% CHP, agreed. I feel like really all it did was like cuck the heavy bolt rifle. I mean, excuse me, the heavy bolter. And all the other guns that were good are still good. Heavy bolter crushed hard in it, sure did. I still think the heavy bolter is like decent. I have done runs on that with like without strategic stand before. So block weapons are better. Yes, they are. I'm gonna make a video on that, and it won't even be like you're all stupid. It will just be like genuinely people need to know what they actually do. I know Sturm made one, but I'm sure he'd be okay if I parroted what he was saying. I can ask him, but he made a video on it. I can link people to that too. Find the kind of stream, dude, you're goated at this game. Depends who you ask. My favorite comment ever was the guy that was that commented 40 times on all of my videos, from like 2 days ago to 4 months ago, all to say that like it's all bullshit, it's all mods. There's no way any human could ever parry with Bulwark. It's statistically impossible. Now, I don't know what statistic he's pulling out his ass to get it statistically impossible to parry with Bulwark, however many times he's parrying with Bulwark, but I don't think they know how statistics work.
Here. Just landed.
That's a cool armor set. That's the best part of playing with new people, is that you get to see what kind of fashion they bring to the game. I do want to do a Psyker 3-veg solo on Dark Knight at some point here. I got about 2/3 of the way through a mission, but I was kind of crushing on the Laz pistol. And it just seems like Dark Comedian is like the best option for that. Oh, get down, Mr. President. Put you in execute. They did make modding the game significantly easier now, though, which is nice. You don't have to like go and pack cache anything anymore. You can just basically use a mod pack. It's a lot more convenient to like swap between. They need to reopen the asylums. Yeah, I would say that is what we call not neurotypical behavior.
Enhanced tactics ready. Advancing towards objective.
You pray it's like just some random person's child on like their parents' account, but it's probably more likely just somebody that is painfully addicted to their computer.
Specialized bio sending in front of. Fresh magazine. Iron Halo online. Execute Iron Halo tactics. Iron Halo ready.
I'll be real. I'm gonna go back into that increase. I'm gonna up the spawns even more on that one thing we're doing because I want to take. I think tactical, current tactical, can genuinely take on like six extremist spawns at once pretty casually. Maybe more, maybe 8. I think you took damage from that. Is there any point using the combat knife on tactical? It's so good. It's not as good as chainsword. Doesn't mean you don't have to use it. Can do this. Look at that, the perfect nade. It's still shocking to me how many people like don't realize how much damage heavy plasma does. Heavy plasma can like straight up one-shot Majoras in this game. It is like, it might be like the highest single damage shot in the game currently. I think that's true. When you build for it, at least.
Throwing fragmentation grenade.
Maybe plasma incinerator can get higher if you're I find that hard to believe, even with all the range perks on the tactical.
Fragmentation device in play.
Power Fist is definitely the heaviest hitting melee weapon for it. Knife is more fun in my opinion since you do more than 2 attacks on it. True. There are tons of reasons to use the knife. Maybe I'll try that next on Tactical. Maybe that'll make it more fun.
No. Thank you. Will resist a badge of honor.
Chainsword does 50 more billion damage on its own, and Tactical just does 55 quintillion trillion damage with his extra Aspect Berry.
On site. Resourcing demolition war gear. The Minotaur does not store explosives to Codex Astartes standards. Locate enough to demolish the bridge.
I'll say, I feel like crazy take here. I'm glad there's not too many Darktide players in the chat because I feel like Mystery would actually kill me for saying this potentially, but I feel Darktide's meta builds are less fun to play than the meta builds in Space Marine 2 because they are just that brain dead. Like I genuinely think the amount of skill required to play Darktide's meta builds is like grossly overstated. Because I'll be real, that Recon Lasgun 3-Veg True Solo clear I did, I wouldn't say that was a whole lot harder than some of the runs I've done in this game with increased spawns. Definitely harder than anything vanilla. But like Recon Lasguns are pretty fucking bonkers.
Charge primed.
Like Darktide has a ton of high skill cap stuff. It's just not usually in the builds people are running. Like usually it's tied to solos and things like Psychers. And that's not to say like you watch good players in Darktide, you know they're good. But there's obviously a skill cap. Like most of the skill cap in that game is just like where you put yourself, rather than like the actual where you put yourself, which target you prioritize. I don't think I honestly think guns are easier to aim in that game than they are in this one. And the main problem in Darktide is that like enemies will just get in the way of each other. But like the shooting mechanics in Darktide are quite easy. There's also no bloom on like 90% of weapons. They're like pinpoint accurate. It's like it's super arcadey. I'm sure getting like an above like 50% headshot rate on like a lasgun can be difficult, but like the vast majority of the weapons in that game are just like I point gun and I hold trigger. Gold toughness needs to be nuked in my opinion too, because Book and Shout put me to sleep. Dude, Shout is such a good ability that it should really just, I don't even know what to say, dude. There's nothing even, like, it pretty much breaks the mechanic of the game. But even then, classes that don't have gold toughness, like Zealot just can't die. Every 2 minutes, Zealot is unable to die. That's just such a broken ability. Like, how many games have a, I mean, this game has perks like that too, but this game's also easier than Darktide overall. And it's built differently. But like, in a game like Darktide, having a perk is like, oh, I don't die every 2 minutes. It's like, okay, because a lot of what Darktide is that like, you take no damage until you take damage. And then the thing that you take damage from kills you. If you die. Very rarely when you're playing that game, especially in solo, is it like, oh, I've only taken like 5 damage, unless you're Zealot, because that can also happen, but... Is Zealot pretty brokey? Zealot is broken. Vanguard is only 90 seconds, that's true, it's true. You're also giving out the other thing that keeps you alive, because more so... I mean, this game is a ton of grace mechanics. For sure. It's definitely an easier game overall with a lower skill cap, but still, it is.
I say no. The Imperium says no.
Darktide is a sweat fest, but like really only if you make it a sweat fest.
Obtaining armor.
Because you can absolutely breeze for most content in that game for playing like meta builds. Or you know what you're doing. And same with Vermintide. Darktide is rolled with one hit deaths. That's the hardest thing about Darktide. I would say that the biggest thing about Darktide is there are no, you get one shot, and there are also things that will not just one shot you, but like disable you. But I think like for the most part, bosses and such in Darktide, they don't really, like it's rarely like rarely one thing that kills you in Darktide. It's a culmination of things, and that's the point of a horde shooter. I just don't like the design of gold toughness because of how toughness at base is designed. It doesn't make sense. It's also like every ability with gold toughness. Book is definitely not as good as Shout. I mean, it's pretty good in Havoc 40. But yeah, I mean, like Fat Shark's a company that thought that Vet's Shout should have 100 extra golden toughness when it came out initially. And like, this is okay.
We were not expecting such illustrious.
Like, there are a lot of builds I play in that game that like genuinely make me question, like, am I actually like remotely good at Darktide, or am I just playing? Am I just playing the snooze fest machine? I haven't been checking Regine suit. Sorry, guys.
Prepare for intense combat.
Because I would play a lot of Vet and like shout around, and I just wonder to myself, like, am I really playing Darktide, or am I just playing like the puppeteered corpse
Charges are armed and in place.
of Darktide and shouting through the entire game?
Negative. The objective is the Hive Tyrant, not the
Have you seen the
bridge.
new Doom trailer?
Defend this
That looks pretty
position
cool.
until the Tyranid command unit is
I'm hyped for that.
executed.
Understood, my lord. May the Emperor guide our lasguns to your
Vanguard Ambit, but like golden toughness pretty much makes it so you don't have to interact with like some of the mechanics in the game. Toughness damage reduction too, to an extent, but like I'd still say Zealot is a way better class than Veteran overall, even without his golden toughness. But golden toughness is just a boring ability to have.
The Hive Tyrant is on its way, but it is a horde of Xenos between you and it. Dig in for a long haul.
But it is funny looking at the difference between Darktide's community and Space Marine 2's, where Space Marine 2, they'll come after you if you say something should be nerfed. But in Darktide, most people want things to be nerfed. It's pretty funny to me. That's what I did. This thing's AoE is really good, even without the charge shots, in case you guys didn't know.
Point blank range. You have its attention. It is moving to intercept.
I want Dark Ages to come out already, bro. I want something new to learn. It's a fun game. You can always pick up like an actual. You always just pick up an actual. You always pick up a book, Sambit. Learn some history. Kidding. Ow. What do we get for just pew-pewing?
Keep your eyes peeled.
You always learn about 40k lore.
Will be in visual range shortly.
Common shots feel like charge shots from the plasma pistol. They sure do.
Do not be deterred.
The common shots are super slept on with this gun.
I've never seen such an
You know, I'm a big 40k fan, so I just like plasma in general.
Give the Hive Beast a
And like, I like that it feels lore accurate in most of the games there, because like plasma weapons are like allegedly by design of Games Workshop always intended to feel lore accurate to some extent. I haven't read a book in years, man. I'm not joking either. You can start anytime.
Talassa to Delta Wing. The target is neutralized.
Read the Horus Heresy. Get an audiobook.
not dead.
I read an old audiobook for Star Wars a long time. If you guys are unaware, back in like the 90s, start. Oh, I say read. I listened to an audiobook, but back in the 90s, they had what they were called like the Bantam era books, and it was like a time period in Star Wars books between the Phantom Menace and between the original trilogy. So like a lot of the authors didn't really know where George Lucas was actually going to take the story in the years to come. So they released all like these 90s books from like the Bantam Publishing Company. So they call them the Bantam era books for that reason. And if you read some of the old ones, there's some really good stories in there. But one of them had an old man being the narrator, and he sounded like a oh, so a gardener here. He was doing the voice for Chewbacca,
Relic possesses restorative.
and it sounded about exactly as you would expect, because like in the audiobook, he genuinely like read out in Chewbacca's like roaring all the lines that were in the book, and it was just some old man screaming in like the most hilarious way possible. Oh, I played Doom: The Dark Ages. I've never been that good at Doom though. I didn't play it well. I played the first one. I played Eternal for a little bit. I thought like when I played Eternal, the first thought that went through my head is like, holy shit, dude, casuals are gonna hate this game.
Rather than beneath our boots.
Like that's a game you have to be interested in the.
Zones from God's tyranny. Use caution.
Did I just blast that guy? Did you get away from me? Oh no.
Ravener put down.
I only get 6 shots back for that. They nerfed this thing already. I have 3K hours in Eternal. Holy shit! Touch grass. Just kidding. I can't say that with having like 1,000 hours in Space Marine 2. But
Press our advantage.
Pursue and eliminate. We will not have a better opportunity to finish it off.
definitely a fun game. Most casuals indeed not like Eternal, sadly. It's because it's a game you have to be like locked in for, you know. You can't really just like play around with like whatever gun you want. You have to be somebody that's interested in like engaging with it with a system. You know, it's the same reason that like I play a lot of grand strategy games, and grand strategy games don't really get people to be what do you call it? There's a learning curve in every single one. And it just like inherently makes it so a lot of players don't want to get involved. And even like the quote unquote casual grand strategy games of like Total War Warhammer, most players still have no idea what the fuck's going on in them. But the kind of games you gotta look for. Sure, let me go take this Gene Siege for you guys.
Artifact secured. Caution, it may still attempt to ambush us.
The power of fantasy from a game like Eternal comes from learning to play it. Because like, a lot of people don't realize how much you can actually dominate in those games once you start to really interact with them. The campaign I feel most people like. The campaign is pretty good.
Pursuing quarry.
Though I mostly played the multiplayer in that game, which is very anti-casual. Oh yeah. It was more like Quake, wasn't it?
Lieutenant. Lord.
I didn't even know there was a dedicated PvP for Eternal. I didn't even remember that.
We have no choice but to follow. Let us hope this is not a trap.
I downloaded Oblivion. I was shocked, you know. I was also shocked I didn't see a ton of Todd Howard on the stage when they made the Oblivion remake. And for those of you unaware, I have like 2,000 hours in Skyrim and like 4,000 hours in Fallout 4. I'm a Bethesda cuck. Like Todd Howard says something, I was like, yes, take me there. Except for Starfield, I put 20 hours into that shit. That shit's ass. Those bums. I even bought like the Turbo Ultra Sucker Edition for $100 and played 20 hours. Didn't even return it. Got like past the point. I almost called the company to be honest. And was like, this shit ass. Money back, please. But you know, here we are, a year later, or however long it was.
Our coordination is
A
off.
year plus, almost 2.
Oh,
Like that.
Inefficient. How?
Turn to fight.
You like my Fallen outfit? Yeah, it is pretty good, weirdly. I'm just thinking that at the start of the match. You always have the best rift. I remember your other outfit you had on the assault class about a month ago. We're gonna PP these guys. Oh, I didn't even notice he was going for me. Can this guy make up his mind? From downtown, bang. Almost, guys. You all saw it, chat. Yeah, I'll grab that armor boost. Let me go put my shield in your ass.
Crackling with energy now.
Whoops. How easy. And some of my closest friends with that multiplayer, some of them also happen to work on Doom now because of that multiplayer is a little special to me. I think everyone has a game like that. That's what Fallout 4 was for me. I know it's only a multiplayer game, but you know, games that you just play for like whatever reason that like it's become nostalgic and even realize it. I would say Red Dead Online was probably that for me, among some other things. Definitely not League of Legends. Definitely not that. Guess got the physical copies in for the Devastation of Ball. They look so nice in person. That's sick, dude. Yeah, I was just thinking, I kind of want to get the, maybe I will make a tabletop army. Maybe I'll finally just, like, give in. But if I do, I'm making a video about it. I don't know what army I'd play. Probably Space Marines, if I was making Blood Angels, like everyone, like every other dude. Every other doofus. My dad has like 5,000 hours in Fallout 4. Dude, that's gonna be me. That's gonna be me if I ever become a dad. I'm just gonna have be the Fallout dad. That is kind of a game made for dads, isn't it? You know, funny story, guys. Want to hear a wholesome story? Hear a real wholesome story about something So I used to be pretty into the modding community for Fallout 4. And I met quite a few people on there, but one of them was like a 65-year-old guy, and he played Fallout 4 in VR. And he said like he loved the VR because it let him like pretend to holster his guns and pull them out. I thought that was like the funniest thing and like most wholesome thing ever. So like, there's just some old man having like a real hoot playing his Fallout and like pretending to holster his guns with his VR headset. That shit made me smile. Sorry, I don't know if you answered me, but how do you play True Solo without bots? It's just a mod to remove it. I should have it linked in the video that I use it on. It's linked in at least some of the recent ones. I haven't played True Solo on the channel in a while, up until like the past couple runs. Oblivion was that game for me, so I'm eating good today. I'll tell you, when Skyrim came out, that was kind of... I had a bunch of friends from high school. We all came together. They all slept over at my house, and we had like a 480p television, and we plugged in like our PlayStation 3s, our Xboxes, and just played Skyrim the entire night. That was some good shit. Those were the days, you know. Those were memories you can't replicate. Yeah, True Solo is unfortunately not available on consoles at the moment. Maybe one day they will. They really should just make a no bot option because bots make, especially now, bots in the multiplayer for this game or the operations make the game pretty damn easy. All right, guys, we're gonna. Oh, I'm gonna leave here. Sorry, Worldly. Thanks for playing though, both of you. I'll get some new people in here. And I'll probably play one more. I'll probably call it there. I'm not gonna have this super long. Thanks for boosting prestige and leaving space for someone else. Thanks for playing, Andre. And thanks for playing Worldly. Thanks for the output. That's good times, man. Exactly. Your channel always shows up in my recommended. I came back for the Space Marine 2 for the prestige grind. Good time to come back because this game is better than ever right now, Oscar. This is by far the most balanced and most fun the game has ever been. I don't know why they've changed the bots so much. Every update does something to them. They're pretty... I wish the update would just get rid of them. That's what I wish. So we got... Well, we still have the invite going. If you want to come. But yeah, they've kind of broken the bots recently. They made the bots more effective. Like, soloing is probably easier now than it's ever been on the hardest difficulty. Run the Vanguard perk? No. I'm tired of Vanguard after that increased spawn game. I just want to shoot plasma. I remember Halo 3 to 4 customs with friends until 4 AM. Those were the days. Did you get anybody in this time? Alright, there we go. Perfect, perfect. Alright, we'll run like an extermination, I think, and then we'll probably call it there. Let me get some water there real quick, guys. Just, let me get into the waiting area. Can you go sniper? I'm curious. I can do that tomorrow. Or do like a sniper run offline or something. Okay, we're back. Oh, perfect, just in time. Is the heavy bolt rifle any good? It is good. I mean, all the bolt weapons are pretty decent now. I would say it's like the best, but sniper is super OP now. I find it easier than tactical. It is pretty OP. That endless melt charge. He has very forgiving mechanics. He always did, but now he has extra forgiving ones.
Position near an abandoned Imperial fortress. Their weapons will lead the counterattack. The Acadian commander can brief you on the fortress's current status.
The Tyranid shall burn for the infestation.
Oh, we got the 20% more melee damage. None of these perks will help me. That's okay.
If we fell that unholy abomination, then we give that death purpose.
The fortress's Icarus las cannons are strong enough.
What we got in here? We got Jove and Jagewag.
Even with your aid, we do not have the
Rocking 225 ping, my man. Dude, he's gonna be in the air forever. Playing a different fucking timeline.
This path will lead you into the jungle and towards the fortress.
What kind of outfit? That's a cool outfit. I'll steal that.
The Tyranid corruption
Oh, let me look at this coloring these guys got.
It is time to continue on.
Oh, there's some dapper colors. Are we all playing like kind of like ultramarine shit? This looks like a blueberry. That kinda? Is he an ultramarine veteran?
If we are to cleanse the planet of
Stand still, you fuck.
We will have to tolerate
Okay.
build with a different
I'm sure we'll see it on the. Yeah, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna probably upload my full review of my weekly review of Andor episodes on my other channel. That'll be my return to that channel after like 4 months of not posting on it. I've decided. After not talking about any people did ask me to review movies on there like a year ago, but I doubt any of those people are still there. We'll see. Oh,
Thank you.
that was awkward. My shield dropped at the most inopportune time.
Keeping my brothers alive is the only honor I require.
That's the downside of field adjustment. Ow. It's okay, we have the extra HP. I have teammates, I'm allowed to play like a dumbass. Yeah, my foot's not gonna do shit. Also, since Doom popped up in the combo, you should look up Unholy Siege Goes Crazy. Not gonna lie. What's that? You can tell.
Specialized bioform neutralized. Cover my reload. Enhanced tactics ready.
One of the new game songs. Oh. Hi guys, 600 plus one's funniest game. Oh god. Oh, I was hoping to get that ordeal. Just throwing them on the ground. It's a really silly one. They have that. Yeah, the Doom soundtrack is excellent. It's all the best workout music you'll ever find.
Intercepting projectiles. Xenos counter.
Even if some of the song titles are like incredibly edgy. Can I aim? No.
Fragmentation device.
Don't think so.
Iron Haven ready.
Bang bang. Oh, you.
Equipment highlighted.
You. You. Bang. I got one shot.
No sermon.
They occasionally sound like a chap, but I follow our primary, same as
Iron Haven online.
Abby's always been a fun class to me. I think it's only gotten more entertaining the longer the game's been out. Now, I will say, I remember leveling. I just unlocked the memory from 6 months ago. It was leveling up the heavy plasma incinerator. That shit was boring as fuck.
Ammunition restocked.
This weapon was trash to level. I love the Eternals by For Dark Ages. Like, that is much heavier metal fits the game as well.
We are
That
committed
does make
to this
sense.
course.
I haven't really heard anything of the soundtrack for Dark Ages yet.
On me. Obstruction removed.
I should have medically stems. Oh shit, I should have. I guess I could have given it to him. Yeah, they got the stems. That's okay. We have no boss spawn now, so this should be pretty easy.
Engaging elite counter. Kill confirmed. Ready to Tyranid. Contact ready.
bullying the Biovore.
Intercepting projectiles.
Little up. Perfect.
Engage anti-Xenos warfare stratagem.
I like how Biovores either sit in the field for like a minute straight or they just die instantly. That just seems to be the way this game goes.
Xenos counter successful. Iron Halo ready.
Don't spawn on heavy bolt for 275 ammo reserve. Oh, we're talking about it. Let me read that. I can't. I'll read it once I'm done to get warriors in my face.
Iron Halo tactics.
I wish they add the flamer in its heavy variant. That would be cool. Extra Sims effectiveness, 15% extra ammo help on tactical. I feel like ammo doesn't really help on tactical that much at all because you're already a class that has so much ammo. You have a great ammo economy with Emperor's Vengeance. Pretty much have infinite ammo anyways. And we did like an increased spawn run at the beginning of the stream where we didn't even run out. We hardly ever ran out on our bolt carbine. We didn't even take Emperor's Vengeance without that perk too. That acuity perk though with the bolt carbine, his damage is kind of nutty for headshot.
The hive ships are moving into range of the Capella
Oh,
Demos.
didn't mean that.
We are in Kadaku's final hours.
We're in Kadaku's final hours. Indeed.
An unpleasant odor.
Oh, Medicaid soon. I guess I don't really need it. You can take it. I should be fine with just one. You know what we should have done, guys? We should have complained more about the perks for all the other classes because they actually changed heavies. They changed heavies perks to be better, and they changed the assault perks to be slightly better. And we could have had the same thing for more classes had they not
The machine's slow.
had we complained more, had we whined more. That's what gamers are good at, really good at whining. Entitled gamers. Complaining about their purchase.
Deactivated before we proceed.
It's life.
Head for the consoles.
Tell me guys, when's the first time you ever felt ripped off by something you purchased? I'll tell you. Mine was when I was a kid, and my parents let me get the Nintendo DS game, Iron Man, the Iron Man Nintendo DS game, and I felt ripped. I never felt more ripped in my life at how shitty that game was.
Console operational.
I was like trying to cope in my brain that it was actually fun when it was actually just fucking terrible. Get my boy. I definitely felt that. What do you got already? Oh, did I get him? No. Let's see him.
Observe well. The fortress remains sealed. We have to activate these consoles.
Stalker 2. Sniper, bot for honor. Yeah, for honor. I also kind of felt that way. But is this console or PC? It's PC. My people are playing with console players. Now we're all PC right now, I guess.
Transmission of blessing has commenced. Attention, ministers. Communication with console halted. Biological impurity detected. Invasive material must be removed prior to resumption.
Where even is it? It's over there.
Find and remove this material.
I'm not even paying attention to where we are.
We must purge this
Corrupted garden if we are to awaken the machines.
These do not grow on their own. There must be stalls nearby.
Reloading ammunition.
Conversion field operational. Specialized bioform neutralized.
Oh, where is this? Right here.
Corruption
Perfect.
eliminated.
Foreign biological matter no longer detected. System accessible. Resume communion with the console instance.
Grab this dude. Man, that fortitude. I like how the heavy is more HP than like every melee class in this game, but will work now. That perk.
Iron Halo online.
Ministers. Resume communion with the console. Blessing is destined to the suffering unit. Awakening has begun.
First time I realized I got scammed when I sold a bunch of Gen 1 Pokemon cards in the binder for $20. I was 7, so I didn't know anything. Oh, dude, that's like actually diabolical. Ripping off a 7-year-old. Holy fuck. That's messed up.
We must open the door.
I had a card shop that like, my card shop did the opposite, where I was like, how much can I get for this? And they're like, kid, those were like incredibly valuable magic cards. We can't properly pay you for the for that foil card you have, because I had no idea that like a really rare foil card, or like a pretty expensive one. It wasn't like insanely expensive, but they said we're not willing to purchase that from you, but what we would purchase it from, what we would purchase it for is not its full value. So if you could find somewhere better, sell them or give them to people, or maybe. Are you using the rate of fire or ammo variant for the heavy plasma incinerators? This is the rate of fire variant. My gun's probably going him.
Kill confirmed.
Oh, what's up, Lichter? Fucking dry fighting.
Planetary class Tyranid eliminated. Obtaining armaments.
Ammo combo is pretty damn good and heavy these days.
My reload.
Hard to run out.
You would make a fine chaplain.
I can imagine no finer purpose than keeping the
There's a
hearts
teenager
of my
older than me, go
brothers
figure.
pure.
Ah, yes.
Hearts of my enemies still.
Ah, yes. Teenager behavior of ripping off 7-year-olds. Can't say I ever experienced that personally. I've definitely met people who would do that, though.
Seen of swordsman's seal. Now consumes its
Cute. Zambit, do you think Tactical can handle 9 experiments at once now? Do you think if I upped it to like 8 lictors at the same time, he can do it? Do you think he's that much of a champion? I'm not for sure. I think maybe. I think it might be a little difficult though. I feel like you run the risk of getting frame trapped pretty hard. I think they do have like a set limit how many can attack you at once, so it might not be too bad. stop moving. Yeah, well, alright, we got him. Oh, it was a job for me.
Flipping fresh magazine. Iron Halo protocol in progress. So it's through. Purged.
Yeah, as long as you have default AI attack tokens. That's true.
Enhanced tactic ready. Ready for next encounter.
The Tyranids seem to know you're close. They are amassing at the fortress.
Steel yourselves, brothers.
Nah, I still feel like he might get frame jumps occasionally. Actually, I mean, depends if there's like 15 biovores around you. You know, I'll say most deaths in this game with like increased spawns usually come from like the horror that is just like 50 biovores in your ass.
Refilling magazine.
Like 50 spore mines popping off.
War gear acquired.
I think spore mines do more damage to me than anything in this game, really. They're kind of
We will not be intimidated, brothers.
obnoxious as shit.
Let's reach the fortress's weapons.
Yeah. That's not true. I definitely take damage for other things, but spore mines are the most notable irritation.
Friendly fire warning issued.
Just run around.
You appear to be reining in your
You are
advance.
near the last cannons.
I did a
You will need to find the manual controls to operate them.
Oops, that was a lower shot. Oh, this is it. This is the money shot. Look at that. Bang. Oh, can we get the barrel? Is that a barrel? No, it's not. My eyes are deceiving me.
Targeting system non-functional. Initializing secondary system. Chameleon established. All specs selected. Targeting system online.
What the fuck? Where's that barrel? Probably in my peripheral that I wasn't paying attention to.
More attacks like that, and this abomination, brothers, it retaliates. Mind your positions.
Alright. They probably go under the bridge. I think that's the best spot for this.
The Tyranids cannot stand against our attacks.
The hive might be the strongest nid.
The Hierophant attacks. Defensive position. More attacks. Keep clear or it's foulness. The Hierophant aims its weapons at us.
Generator is running. The cannons are ready.
Alright, I'll take the next one. You guys don't mind.
Engage console to reestablish communion between the fortress and service node.
Or not.
Communion successful. Cannon targeting link enabled.
You.
Maintain the space between you and our enemy's assault. More attacks like that, and this abomination will fall.
That's all I have to do, just sit here. Man, they really gotta up the spawns on like absolute. Like going back to this after the increased spawns, like now we have players. But it's kind of absurd how much easier it is. I don't think I've actually lost an absolute game in the entire Prestige grind. And I don't think that should be the. I don't think you should be able to farm the hardest difficulty in your game at level 1 for XP casually. Like I feel that should be like a high effort thing.
Iron Halo ready.
But
las cannons.
I'm missing him. A little lower than I thought he was.
Reloading.
Specialized bioform neutralized.
Once we activate the auxiliary generators, we shall rouse the las cannons.
It's over. For sure, you make really good videos, bro. I like hearing your thoughts on builds, especially comparisons to my own. I'm glad you enjoy it. Because usually it's just me ripping into a microphone, talking about AliExpress. It's the next one, though. Strongest individual Tyranid would be the Swarm Lord or Biotitan, the Threshold Land / Bioform. That's true, Kirk. Swarm Lords would be. Allegedly. Swarm Lords are like one of those things that,
The Hierophant attacks. Defensive positions.
Right, this is it.
Maintain the
Swarm Lords don't get to do much in lore, though.
enemy's assault.
I saw your video with 2 Travis kills for the finest god amateur war machine alive, brother. Thank you, Orbital Berserk.
Take the shot on those damn towers and unleash the flames.
Those are the kind of words. But that would obviously go to Sanguinius.
On their meal.
What about the Norn Emissary? I think Swarm Lords are over Norn Emissaries in lore and like actual. They just don't get to do much. But Norn Emissaries can kill Custodes, so they're definitely up there. I had somehow managed to avoid going down. It was the power of the ping, dude. They can't find you. You're teleporting on their screen. Pay for the carry. It wasn't that bad. I'm not do much, to be honest. You guys were fine. They serve a plot / purpose to establish the power level of the main character and make a noteworthy antagonist. Yeah, that's pretty much all Swarm Lords do. Unfortunate, because they should be crazy strong. Alright, guys. I think that's what we're going to call it. Fun games. Thank you all for playing. Thank you guys for watching. Been streaming for 3 hours. But I'm not going for a 7-hour one. I do have some stuff I have to do before I watch Andor tonight. So thank you guys for watching. I'll probably upload some of those runs for those of you who didn't see it or came in late. But yeah, that's all there is to it. Take it easy, guys. Until next time. Thanks for playing.
Consider it sacred soil.
Subs, I get Space Marine 2 or Elden Ring? Both. That's where we'll end this. Both. I'm new to Space Marine 2, but your and Zamba's videos helps me a lot. I want to say thank you. I'm glad we could help. I'm glad we could help. It's crazy to me that, like, I can help people on the internet in a game and have fun. Anyways, on that